Hey, we're here at the Seaguar booth with none other than Dale Hightower. If you know Southern California fishing, you've heard of Dale Hightower. He's the know-it-all, I guess, for...
I don't know it all. I just grew up here fishing Southern California waters since I was like 10 years old. So. And I had a dad that was an industry guy for years too. So
excellent. So Dale's going to walk us through your needs to have for Southern California. Dale, why don't you take it away?
Well, number one, must-required product if you're fishing in Southern California is our new gold label leader material. We introduced that, I think, 2 years ago, ICAST, and this is I call it the Ferrari of our fluorocarbons. Bluefin, as we know, are super picky. They don't want to eat. And this line kind of changed the game. Dropping down in diameter is a key when you're fishing bluefin. Picking the right bait, right size hook to go with it is also key. But this line is our thinnest of all of our leader materials, but what makes it different is it's a very tough line. So a lot of times when you give up line diameter, you kind of give up abrasion resistance, and we all know those bluefin have teeth. So this line allows you to fish a little bit bigger line and still have a smaller diameter than all the other lines. So I tell people, like, where somebody would fish 30-pound gold label, I can get away with 40, right, and be the same line diameter. So I get better break strength, and this material's got a really hard resin. It's a double structure Seaguar formulation. It is literally the Ferrari of fluorocarbons, and I feel super comfortable fishing like 40-pound for the bluefin, up to 40-pound gold label, up to 100-pound bluefin. So I feel very comfortable doing it. Obviously, hook size has a lot to do with it too. You can pull about as hard as you can on 40 without breaking it. The knots are really critical. But if you're live bait fishing for bluefin in the California waters, we make the line from anywhere from, like, believe it or not, like 2-pound line all the way to 80. So 30, 40, 50, 60, 80 are kind of the go-to must-haves in the line to have in your tackle box fishing bluefin. And then with the craze of like knife jig fishing in Southern California, you got to go maybe a little more abrasion resistant, a little bit stiffer line for those bluefin, because they tend to gut swallow at times and they get that jig down in its mouth or in the throat. So I really like the blue label leader material. It's our go-to as when it comes to abrasion resistance. It's going to be a little stiffer, a little bigger diameter line than gold label, and that's why I like it for the jig fishing. So we tie a short leader onto swivels, a lot of guys that crimp it, and then attach that to your knife jigs or your flat fall style jigs. So that's for your knife fishing. I exclusively fish blue label for that, and I fish gold label for all my fly line fishing.
Cool. And what about for your main line, for your braid? What do you like to use?
The braid, I'm a huge fan of the Threadlock 16-strand hollow core. I fill my entire reels up with it. We make it in blue and we make it in white. Both colors are very easily seen. During the daytime, crew like to be able to see the line when you're in wraps. So I really stay away from recommending anything other than a brighter line. So the blue's a really nice subtle line that you can still see, as well as the white. One of the reasons I like the hollow core is that it's an ability to splice into itself. So if you get in wraps while you're fishing, which happens all the time, you need to check your line, make sure you didn't get any frays in the braid. Even though it might be 80-pound or 100-pound braid, if it gets frayed, with these big fish, you still chance that breaking. So what I recommend is taking an extra little spool. We make smaller spools in it. I don't have it here, but I got the extra 600-yard spool, allows you to take line off the reel if you need to, splice into itself. And I'm fishing short leaders, like 6-foot leaders of gold label. I use the RP knot. I know we talked about the FG knot. That's a great knot. I can tie that RP knot in like 30 seconds and be back fishing. Because if I catch a fish, I'm changing the leader. Like, I don't care if I'm catching a 30-pound bluefin or a 100-pound bluefin. The leader's getting changed immediately after I'm fishing. But that RP knot, I feel comfortable using that up to like catching 200-pound fish. So, and one of the other advantages of the hollow core Threadlock, it's the smoothest braid on the market. So I don't tape my fingers, I don't burn my thumbs. Maybe the only time I'm using maybe tape on my thumb is if I'm winding a jig real fast. But for live bait fishing, it's not a problem.
And that's due to the construction of the 16.
16's a really tight weave, really smooth. It's a real tight braid. So the crew members appreciate it because a lot of those other braids tear their hands up when they're trying to get them out of tangles. I really am impressed with the ability to not tape your fingers. And if I don't have to put tape on my fingers, it makes fishing a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah, it's a good day that day.
So,
Right on. Well, thanks so much for taking the time to show us around.
oh man, thank you guys.
Yeah.